Agent Romanoff. You miss me?
Oh yeah, Charles, we got ourselves an X-Men fan.
Captain.
Your Highness.
Captain, big fan, Spider-Man. Hey everyone.
Hey guys, and welcome to FilmArtsy, your #1 source for all things films and movies. And over the years, we've actually really seen so much speculation when it comes to the existence of the Marvel Cinematic Universe when compared to the DCEU. And while it looks like in the future now, the DCEU is going to be expanding, and it's going to be branching into a lot of multiple universes where pretty much anything is on the table, it does make us wonder whether or not DC would one day do some sort of crossover event with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, it definitely seems like a long shot as these are two complete different entities. However, when you look at the comic books, it has happened in the past where we've seen the characters of the MCU cross over with characters of the DCEU. And we wanted to look at whether or not this would be something that's actually possible in the future. Now, first up, we know that we're going to be seeing some major crossover events happen within the DCEU sometime in the future, as the upcoming Flash movie has already been confirmed to start to kind of break the barriers as to what exists in the universe and what doesn't exist. For instance, the Arrowverse, the separate television entity that is based off of DC characters, did a crossover event not too long ago, and we saw the appearance of the Flash from the DCEU, kind of confirming that this universe is kind of starting to grow. And in the Arrowverse, we've seen a ton of Marvel Cinematic Universe references along the way, kind of acknowledging the existence of the MCU. And while that's just a shred of possible information that could lead to something bigger, we do like to look at what some of the actors think with the possibility of these characters one day crossing over. For instance, back when Justice League was originally on its press tour, we did get to see some of the actors from Justice League talk about what it would be like to them if they were able to do some sort of crossover event with the heroes from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. For instance, Jason Momoa, who played Aquaman, talked a little bit about what he would like about possibly playing in a movie alongside Thor, Chris Hemsworth.
I would love to be
Crossover?
Yeah. I mean, like, Hemsworth, I love him. And then it's like to be next to Thor, or even to be next to the Hulk and be like,
the Aquaman taking on Hulk.
Everything. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take you on the water and drown you.
That would be
I'm gonna just take Hulk and be like, yeah, you're like, yeah, yes, I'm you're showing how are you? And he smashes me all over the place, but it'd be fun.
It would be good. Yeah, there we go. It's been done in comic books.
We also got to see little talks from the other actors and actresses as well. Gal Gadot talked a little bit about what she thought it could happen, or what could happen if a crossover idea was pitched for the DCEU and the MCU.
I must tell you that I do like, and I have friends who do Marvel movies.
Yeah.
And I think that there's room for all of us, in a way. I would love for both worlds to collide.
And even Ray Fisher talked a little bit about the importance of being careful with the characters and really deciding what they would want to do in the future, but definitely doesn't seem like it's a no-go when it comes to Ray Fisher's perspective.
I think, to put it all together, you don't want it to take this sort of homogenized sort of tone either. You want it to, I would love to see some of these characters fight one another. That'd be really interesting.
That would be
to see.
awesome, right?
But you also want to make sure that you maintain your own style and integrity with that. Yeah.
On the other hand, we've seen the MCU actors and the Marvel actors kind of throw some shade and tease a lot of the actors from the DCEU over the years, and while it's all completely friendly, we have kind of seen them joke around with the possibility of being in some sort of crossover event. For instance, there's this interview where Amy Adams, who of course is from the Superman Man of Steel movie, and Jeremy Renner, who is Hawkeye in the MCU, talked about their ideas for a DC and Marvel crossover event.
Because there's been a little bit of rumors about that.
They've talked about it, right? Like, I think that's the thing, is it's in sort of discussion, but there's no script or any sort of official conversation.
Yeah, you'd be game for it though if it was off and flying.
Yeah.
Jeremy, with Hawkeye, he's kind of one of the more, I guess, believable Marvel superheroes, if there is any.
And I think at the end of the day, while it's definitely an out there idea, the idea could potentially exist one day, as long as it's done correctly. And I think that would be the #1 goal for both Marvel and DC in the future if they ever decided to do this event, because it would have to be a one-time, bigger-than-life, larger-than-life experience that's done really well if anyone's gonna care about it in the first place. But what do you guys think of the possibility of one day seeing an MCU DCEU crossover, and if we saw the teams like the Avengers go up against the Justice League or something like that, who do you think would win the fight at the end of it all? Let us know what you think in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe with notifications on for more videos like this, and we'll see you all next time with a brand new video.
I'm about to.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody. How you doing? Hi. See you guys.
Know anybody?